And now we're live.
Yay!
Hello, everybody.
Okay. As it stands, the party is back inside the city of Bardsgate, the lovely city of Bardsgate. And I've got a couple players with me here now. And can you open Discord?
Yeah. Where's my phone?
Just open the laptop.
Nope, the laptop doesn't work as well.
That laptop sucks for Discord.
Yeah. We will run it off of my phone.
That feel like.
Oh, for Chris?
Robert
You
Chris?
can't play today. His internet's so bad if he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I've been hearing that from him.
But he should.
Making my internet sucks noises.
Yeah. Because it does.
Discord. Voice channel.
Actually, I'm going to message the kid. Ask the kid if he's coming today.
All right. Discord voice channel is open.
Excellent.
So if anyone
Anyway.
joins,
You're at the parade grounds on this little holy day of thaw within the city of Bardsgate.
Done. Algorithm.
come here. If there are noises, what are you doing?
Come here, boy. Out the wind.
Out.
Come here, bud.
These things are falling apart.
Oh
Oh, it's blinds.
These are like the worst slats for okay.
no. This is what are doing. There are noises. Come here, baby boy. Hi. You can sit. On your butt. On your butt. On your butt. Oh, you little punk. Get over here. Just do it, man. No, you can't go under me. No, you can't go under me. Ha! Get over it. You can't go on the floor. You don't eat that. Mommy already broke one. It fall off.
Okay. I would like to thank the people. Hey, Steven. Yeah, it's Sunday.
Did the kid forget it was Sunday?
I think he did. Did I make mention of the fact that we weren't playing today? I would hope not. I thought we said we were playing
so.
today.
Alright.
Yeah, because I remember last week we rescheduled for today.
Yeah.
Because
That's right, because like I had no players.
I think if
Yeah.
John said he could.
I'm not running for one player.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you're here at the parade grounds at the City Coliseum. You're here at the parade
Ah.
Kill that. The City
Yeah, you messed it up.
Coliseum. You're here at the parade
It's not
Kill
gonna
that.
work. Kill it on YouTube.
I love hearing myself talk. Not really.
Right?
I'm kind of plus 21 to hit with my armor suits.
Nice.
That's fantastic. That's higher ground.
Hannah,
Yes.
over here in the Grand Plaza.
Ooh, pretty map.
Oh, I love this map. This is the Bardsgate official map.
That's cool.
Oh, so there's a big old river going through it.
Yeah, the Stoneheart River flows.
You didn't look at the map.
Not in
Every
detail.
time he talks about like a place where I look up the map.
My bad.
Like a place that I know we would have a map for. I look up the freaking map.
You know, there's a world map for this place.
Yes, I know. I've seen it. It's massive. It's terrifying.
So she's over there. I'm assuming that's the arena.
Hi,
out there.
Greg.
Probably.
A Greg?
Gregorian? Or Greg?
Greg, not Gregory. Greg.
Greg!
Even though his name is Gregory, we know him as Greg.
This is Greg.
So, kind of while you're over there,
Yes.
today is a day that, for the most part, you've been out and about, just talking to people, and you're checking up on one of the ladies that you know because she's asked you to be a midwife a few months back, and she should be in her 7th month of pregnancy now. So you're going up to her little apartment, and the one thing you kind of worry about is that, like, are you going to be able to continue to do this job once we have like a few more months of play, or are you going to have to retire to Fairhill
Yeah, right.
and supervise the enclave for Parnville?
Yeah, because all the other freaking priestesses are fracking pregnant now.
So,
I'm like the only one not pregnant.
what
Yeah.
up?
Well, that might change.
Hell.
With your blessing, it might change.
I can get you
Parn
good and
the
pregnant,
seed
girl.
can fuck off.
We can have kids that are half Parn, half Angel.
Yeah, no, Parn the seed can fuck off. I'm good. Nope.
Watch, you live for another like 300 years and end up fucking one of my descendants.
I'll yell.
How long do Asmars live for, actually?
No, no.
I thought it was only slightly longer than humans.
It's not as long as, like, elves, I think. But I think.
Well, elves and dwarves are some of the longest lived races.
Let me look it up, actually. Because I think kind of good to know. A little bit. I
Right
forgot. I knew it, but I forgot it.
Lay down.
Asmar. Where's the freaking A? Oh my god. Screw you, demon contraption.
Oh, that is a good question, is it not there, Greg?
Hey now. Man, fuck you.
That's such grand fuckery is afoot now. Yeah. Sorry, Greg. You might not be part of my
Oh,
campaign
shit.
anymore due to things and such.
53 is old for an Asmar, sweetheart. They don't live that long. 53 is old for an Asmar. That's what it
Because
is.
I've made you a moderator for my channel, Greg. You're one of my best friends. I'm of course going to have you. If you're not going to be part of the game, you're going to be one of the people that's able to get rid of shitty elements in my campaign.
Oh, wait, no, that's 250.
Yep.
I like the fact of you being a moderator for the channel.
Yeah, apparently we get a lot of fucking spam and SJW people hopping on and talking shit.
Okay.
No, that's not what I want. Don't you give it the traction?
So anyway, Anna, as you arrive at the plaza, if you go upstairs from the little marketplace, you have a lady that she's waiting for you, and when you arrive at her front door, her littlest son allows you in, and the husband is there, and it looks like he's doing some work with some seeds. Looks like he's getting ready to get some work done for the brewing that'll be starting here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's spring. And Rivertown.
He asks you, he's like, "How have you been, Kiloa?"
Died a couple times. That was interesting.
"You died."
That's okay. I came back.
I'd say so. Oh, and the little daughter says, "Mommy, what happened to Janie? Can she come back too?"
Ooh.
The father and mom look at each other kind of worriedly, and the mom sits down with a huff, and she looks at you, oh religious person, and expects you to belt out a reason as to what happened with her oldest daughter and why she's not coming back. And you said something like, "I've died twice now. Here I am." So if you would be so kind and just let us know what's going on.
Sympathy check.
Is that a thing? Do I have to roll for that?
No. This is
I don't
something you can talk about.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, then I explained to the little girl that it depends on how she dies and when she dies. If she can be resurrected or not. Because nerd. Just gonna put it like that.
How do we know if Janie can be brought back or not?
Well, how long ago did she die?
It's been years. It's been years
Unfortunately,
since
that's too
her.
long.
Oh.
Too long to come back as she was.
Yes. You're not here.
I
Thank
know.
God. Not here. Because Parm would be punched right now. Or whacked with a fracking mace. Okay. Because you dumb. Wait, no.
Apparently I'm done now.
You're not dumb. Shut up. You know what I mean? Social dumb. Because Parm is kind of social dumb. He just intimidates everyone. He's social dumb. I'm sorry. Alduin, world leader, get over here. Where you going? What you doing?
More like he's just an angry little man.
No, really?
I do apologize if the
Yeah.
audio comes over as there's a thumping,
That's
but the
tail.
dog is wagging his tail, and so the world is suffering.
Oh, I love you too.
So,
Oh, yes, I do.
yeah.
Because I am massive.
Greg, if we have spam bots come in here and try to sell us live Britney Spears photos fucked,
What?
or other things like that, you understand. You know, we boot them.
Parm? Oh, yeah, Parm would be punched for trying to talk to the small child
Alduin.
about death. I'm gonna sniff everything and pick up all the tiny, minute pieces that everyone left of food in the fridge.
I thought I vacuumed that. You might be just licking the threads.
Probably. It's insane.
Alduin,
You never know.
you're a crazy boy.
I don't know. I don't know. Mommy's hands are completely empty. You're insane.
Yeah. There's a lot on that you have to boot. Oh, who's an excited boy?
Stay. Wait. Back. Wait. We wait. Stay. Here we go. Pupper.
And we have the wagging. You can see there's a tail there.
Come here. I want to show you off to everybody.
Alduin,
He says, no, I have a toy now. I must eat it and
Just your
destroy
mama.
it.
Just see mama.
Oh, I got you. Oh, you're massive. He says no. He was in there
And
for a second.
that's going to be a roommate in a studio apartment.
Dear God.
Ta-da.
He never
And I love Labradors. Don't get me wrong.
He's massive.
Alduin is large boy.
Was that Steven?
Yeah.
Of course it was. Oh my God. Ugh.
Fantastic.
Massive pupper. Heavy pupper with the freaking
All right.
dental tube. Yeah.
So I have to ask Steven, are you going to be playing from home today?
Beast. He is satisfied. You destroyed that already.
So
Boy.
So you've got a pregnant lady and
Yes.
a little girl asking about death, and
Yeah.
instead of, explaining some religious bullshit to her, you just
Logic?
told her that
Yeah, logic.
her sister couldn't be revived.
Logic. What? What's wrong with just logicking it?
She's a little girl.
I mean, I do, but like, I'm not gonna be mean about it, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Hate sugarcoating it. What? Yes,
Yeah.
Alan's jaw could break bedrock. Good of you for noticing.
well,
What tail? So I'm assuming I'm here to check on her progress so far.
Mhm.
And check on how
Um,
she is and stuff.
you do a few cursory examinations of her, and everything appears fine with this lady physically.
Mhm.
She is absolutely 7 months pregnant.
Out of the way.
There
Big
is,
old baby.
yeah, it's not at that stage where she's giving birth to a traffic cone, but it's going to be a big baby. You can tell.
Yeah.
As hey, John.
You
Hey,
do a
hey,
stay. You do a stay, monster. Hold your bloody horses. You just let him put the stuff down, and then you can pounce like a psycho. Hold on,
Out of the way.
monster. Sit on your butt. On your butt. All the way. Stay. Stay. You gotta
For
wait.
those of you that don't have a Labrador Retriever at
Nope.
the house that's friendly with people walking in and friendly with people in general, I might add that having a dog like such will make other people that are around you susceptible to getting paw prints on you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's demanding the pet. He has to.
And the
He can't hold
dog
on it.
definitely demands the pets.
Yes.
He loves
The monster. Because you chose the crazy one. We came bouncing and freaking running
I
to you.
did not choose him. He chose me.
Whatever. He's loose. Run, everyone, run.
Okay.
Run in
I was gonna have it.
He says hello. What's that?
I was gonna have you use this chair if you wanted to.
Oh, sure.
Those chairs are comfier.
This lady, she's got a large
No, sir.
belly.
Out the
Down.
way.
Alduin,
Get down.
stop.
You're not supposed
Over
to
here.
jump.
But it,
Anyway,
what?
oh, that works.
Once she
This is catch.
once she discusses a few things with you about the nature of her daughter, and you realize that she's been gone for a while, and her soul is firmly planted within the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the family kind of gets this sad look over their face, and the little boy looks at you. Am I gonna have a brother or sister?
Oh, do I have a way of checking?
Heal check. Maybe.
Can you
see
heal
that?
check or some sort of divination magic or ad infinitum? While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna brew some coffee up.
Yes, please. I'm already almost done with this one.
I don't think you have any divination magic, Hannah.
I'm half angel. How do I not have what?
Divination magic is not the same as divine magic.
Oh, whatever. I said the wrong
Divination
word.
magic
I
is
said
like
the wrong
scry.
word.
I was using divination magic as the
Divine magic.
divine magic.
Okay.
There are spheres for both arcane and divine.
Yeah.
Divination is one of the spheres that is commonly accepted, and it's the one that most people associate with oracles and other individuals of a godly nature. So you have that. Now, as you're thinking about this, there might be a third level divination spell, and its name escapes me. So you might just run down the list of third level divinations, and that should, well, always, that should give you an idea of what you're in for.
Yes, I know. I was trying to move it over, but you take it from me. Stop.
Out the way. That's not for you, but
I'll do it on
No,
cocaine. I mean coffee.
that sounds so terrifying. That just sounds like death.
There are worse
Not.
things to be sure, but I just worry about the tail. As a person who has many fine miniatures, I worry about the tail.
maybe aura sight.
Divination. You know the location and power of all chaotic good, evil, protective,
And
well as caster's level. You can attempt to acknowledge religion to check the determine of the aura strength.
Uh,
Whoa! That's fun.
keeps down this.
Oh, what about the over?
Avoid grievous injury.
Oh, no.
Uh,
So insight.
bestow insight.
Which one?
Bestow insight. It's a 3rd level enchantment spell.
I'm casting spell.
It was divine in nature.
Oh no, that's just gaining a 2+ insight bonus on skill check.
Yeah, that's not what I was looking for. The main thing is that if you think about it, if you think about it for any length of time,
Blood biography.
Oh shit, yeah. You learn the answers to a specific set of questions about a creature so long as you have access to at least one drop of its blood. Oh, I don't know how to do that.
you would know how to do that.
Heal check.
What are you, gender, race? Yeah!
Yeah.
Okay.
Heal check to get a sample of blood. I would assume.
Yeah, it's not even a heal check. You know how to do this safely. You're a cleric and you are a member
Oh, give me
of
the
the Church
drone.
of Freya, which typically is involved with
Childbirth.
childbirth.
Do I even have to roll anything for this? No, it just
Now,
happened.
after
Alright.
you get your samples and after you start doing your work with this, the family becomes a little bit more engaged, and I should say excited about that as they're getting ready to receive an answer, which is collect them to start. Now, the mother will tell you that she has the feeling she's going to have boys. She's going to have another boy. And the reason why she said that every time I go on the market site, I will walk among the child's clothing, and I will try to find where I'm walking to and what I'm doing and what I'm trying to just feel what I'm attuned with. And as you're doing this, I do need you to roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier and your cleric level, or your battle priest level.
Put it working.
So 17 plus 13, so 30.
Plus.
I already got that.
You get this small image of a young boy beating a puddle with a stick.
You secretly have fun.
Shut the fuck up. Don't even! I don't like you. Stop talking. Why am I dating you? What is wrong with you?
Oh god.
Shh.
So, little boy.
Don't speak.
Interesting.
I tell them that I think it's more than likely a boy. Or no, I know it's a boy, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's a boy.
You know.
Ha! That's cool.
This is something you know for a fact in your heart.
That's
This
so
child that's
cool.
going to be born, a boy.
There's other
That
questions
spell
that
also,
will
yeah,
answer.
I was about to say, that spell also answers, has 4 more questions.
What
Who are
spells
you?
that out? What book's that out of?
Advanced Player's Guide.
Okay.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Who are you? What are you? How was your blood shed? And when was your blood shed? Ooh.
Okay.
So we can do that for, if we find a pool of blood in the city, we can be like, who's
Yeah.
this from? When did it happen? How did it happen?
What level 3 can I grant? One of them maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. We'll see.
No, you're certain that this is going to be a boy. And even more importantly, you have a feeling that this young child, all signs are pointing that this kid here is going into some form of athleticism or possibly even some sort of service for the community.
Oh, cool.
The oldest child that's in the house is a 12-year-old girl, and you know her as Abigail, and you know her little sister is Chastity. That father named the youngest daughter Chastity. And then you have a little boy. Now there's another boy on the way. Once you deliver this information to the family, they seem pretty overjoyed with it. And the only thing you're really getting is that you're going to see probably about 6 weeks to 8 weeks from now, you're going to have a big problem with this lady as she's trying to deliver. You already have an insight that she's going to be about 3.5 months or 3.5 weeks early comparatively to like the usual 10-month time.
Yeah.
So once month eight's done, she's on the bed full time. If she gets up, she's putting herself in danger about possibly losing the baby.
Yeah.
And you've let her know this.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her know that.
She's also of the young age of 28 winters, so she's
Young.
here. Adults usually have kids from age 15 to 23
Oh, that's
for their
true.
first.
It's an older one.
We're wired like that. That's what we're wired for. It's our idiot society that thinks that we need to be adults and have a paycheck and a roof over our head. We used to do this shit fine as Indians. You're 12 years of age. Here's your spirit. Let's go hunt buffalo. Okay. And we used to do that. But no. So you impart to them and you spend the entire afternoon with them. Afterwards, the last thing you'll do before the sundown, you do give them a small ritual at their house where you try to bless and make the house become bountiful. As you're doing that, you need to make a will save, or actually no, perception check.
Ooh.
I love the accusatory finger.
Plus 16.
I can't do it at all. 12. Ooh.
So
You while you're doing this
So
casting,
bad.
you feel like there's something else going on in the house too, and you'll get the impression that there's something larger at play.
Something trying to put ill will on the child? Or
Not in the least bit.
No.
Not in the least bit. As you give the ritual of the blessing for the bountiful spring, you feel as if whatever you've got going on, like the home of Remy and her husband Renee,
Mhm.
they are in some sort of
Something big.
Yeah, something big's going on. All right, wrapping up the day at the field for you.
excellent.
You, as you're discussing things, some of the other people that are out there at the field tell you that we have a lot of issues in the city, and your group in particular, you guys are the ones that are causing us all this ill will. When we had the extra long winter, we didn't even have the snows recede until 3 weeks ago. What is wrong with us? We are within the icy grip of malaise, and we are feeling that this calendar year is going to be the death of many of us. While you're hearing all this go on, you're just thinking about what they look like with your spear sticking out of them at a 30-degree angle upward jab. You leave, and you decide it's time to head to the bar.
Yeah, sounds about right.
You, exhausted, collapsed at the inn of Six Candles, and you've been spending up past 3.5 nights. You've been doing research on spells and trying to figure out things as to what direction you can go into and go after this supposed vampire lord named Sanger.
And that was some of my questions. I was looking for spells. Unfortunately, Sunburst, which would probably work well, I can't do that one yet.
Yeah, that requires a little bit more.
Geyser, since they don't like flowing water, but I don't think that wouldn't count as like a river.
No, you need like flowing water, like an actual stream or
Yeah, that's what I kinda
waterway
figured.
itself.
So I was looking at spells, and I don't know what spells are good. So I asked the people there at the guild.
The first direction they send you is actually into location of grave dirt. Now,
Spell?
you would look up locate object.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
Yeah.
And this is repeated castings of this because you want more and more and more answers. That's just you. If you're hungry, guys, I do have chips. I've got some pork too.
So locate object, second level spell,
Mhm.
would allow us to do what?
Leave
Just find the
Find the graveyard.
grave dirt.
Yeah,
I might.
and you would go along higher level versions of locate object.
On
There's other, I believe there's other versions of it. They used to have improved locate object and such. Might have changed names over the course of time.
What was it called again?
Biography.
Blood biography.
Locate
I'm
objects.
so adding that.
Because you're looking for bits of this grave dirt which he has used before,
Oh,
and you might not have done this, but I'm going to retcon that you did.
Stupid cool.
That you grabbed some of this sample of like just a small handful of grave dirt of his, and you've got it in your room, or I've never heard you really talk about a tower or dwelling or permanent location. So you mainly have been using the N06 candles, as far as I know, right?
In town, yeah, I've got some places back in
Well, our
my
night.
hometown, yeah.
Okay.
But and that's where I've got my secret
Oh,
cache.
I used to like feet.
Stash of cash.
They've got like dirt and stuff in other places. And he gets very excited about it.
But I think I probably rented out a room since we're back in town every day. We go out for a day for the most part. I've got a permanent room that I'm just renting.
They love your money. The N06 candles will charge you a rich price, which in this side of town is really rich, but they'll charge you about 150 gold a month to keep that room yours and only go in at scheduled times and do cleanings. And if you're in there during those scheduled times, you'll leave a marker outside of the door or some such, let them know, not right now. And then the housekeeping is rather attentive to your needs. Their glasses of wine, they're generally about two harps a piece.
oh boy.
I don't know why you're
Never
sniffing my
sniff
pipes.
Everything.
Does that smell good?
Everything must be sniffed.
The only way I get to know
So
somebody.
Wow.
Pull my finger, Alwyn.
No.
You want my finger?
You
Here's
want the
here's
play.
my finger.
You want
Eat
the
your
play.
finger. Oh,
He
okay.
does want to play. Jesus. No.
Oh boy.
Don't shove that in his hands. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, so
Why are you sniffing my balls? Now I know you want to play.
my turn. So I pay for my privacy just to have them come in and clean up the room periodically,
Yeah.
but not to come in, not to bother me. If I do my studies, I don't want somebody barging in to clean the room.
And
For the most part, I kind of pay to keep my privacy, just to have a pillow to sleep on.
You chill, Mom. What did I just say?
His mom says, because otherwise I'll play with
Al,
you.
don't roll leader.
Unless there's a house to rent or something.
Do you want me to beat you up, man? I'll beat you up. Get over here. Oi.
You'll put a few people on notice about that, and we'll see how that goes.
No.
don't need
After your first day of like searching on that, you find locate object might be the one thing you do, and using that grave dirt to try to find more locations of this. You really are stupid. I love you, dog, but
I am the dumb. Did you notice? Whoa, what?
I don't
so
agree with this.
massive. Jesus. Hi, you caught. What you gonna do now? Oh, you're okay.
Alwyn, he's not hurting you.
You're okay, you weirdo.
She's like, stop it, I don't like that.
So does Command Undead work on
Oh, I got
the
you.
vampires?
you have to do something more impressive than that.
Vampires are sort of in between kind of thing.
Yeah,
They're not dead. They're not alive. That would make them.
They are undead. They are undead. Will it work on them if they fail their save? Yeah.
Will you chill the
What are you
hell
gonna
down?
But generally, they're going to have much
Thank
better
you.
saves than
No.
you're ever going to.
Probably. If there's a bunch of them, they'll probably be lower level, I'd assume.
This is okay.
Maybe a couple brawls, stuff like that.
Good? Gonna be good, dog? Gonna be good? Gonna be good?
Oh, his tail.
Oh.
Okay.
You're
Well,
good.
watch out.
You can chill now?
Give him a kiss. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh my lord, you are so.
I'll do it.
Get over here.
Come here.
Okay.
Come here, boy.
Look at Daddy. Feel the
After
guy's
the
face today.
first day of you searching this,
Tail is away.
you find out that the new bards that have moved into the Inn of Six Candles are very accomplished. And you do note that the little half-elf singer of them has a lovely melodious voice. There's a couple of people that have some sort of like horns, and the others there's a lute and a percussionist.
Oh, I
And-
thought you meant they have horns.
No, they have musical
Yeah,
instrument horns.
gotcha.
One girl has a harp, one girl has a violin, and as you, exhausted, walk up your carpeted stairs to your room, you can kind of feel the inn itself is kind of like got this thrum to it. Your bluish, glowing eyes will note that the walls itself are shedding a little bit of magic, as it seems like there's some sort of enchantment going on within the music itself, and it seems like this entire facility is acting as a small audio conductor for what's going on the stage. And you like that. You get in your room, you can tell that there's like a magical slider on the wall, and you can either increase the volume or decrease the volume.
What did I just say?
That's kind of nifty.
I like
You
that.
done? Yeah, I got your
I'm not even gonna complain about. That's good magic.
You go to bed, and you wake up. You think you wake up, and you realize that this is most definitely a dream. There's a young lady with a black bodysuit on, and she's with you in the woods. You didn't go to sleep in the woods. You went to sleep at.
Is she elf?
Oh yes.
Okay.
She's bounding through the trees and the branches, beckoning you to come closer.
Can you stop? You are so pitiful. Oh, we freaking forgot his toy. The red one. We should have brought it. 'Cause then he can just chill in it.
Normally I'm into the books, but this must be one of those times that horniness takes over and I'm just chasing her.
Yeah.
I'm not like Karn over here, but every once in a
You
while.
make a will save. As you see that she goes into a glade of looks like oak trees, past a ring of mushrooms and clovers.
26.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I still have my one
Yeah,
spell on, I'll bet.
You power those other spells because you're resting.
Elf Lord Battle Armor is off.
Yep.
The haste is off.
Did Steven say if he's going to be in, according to the chat? Or
25.
okay,
Not yet.
okay. You can feel the forest just seems to get a little bit warmer in here, and you journey down the trail behind her as you hear her
He
melodious
says I
laugh.
don't think they can.
Oh, sad day, Stephen. She waits for you in the center of the glade, and you kind of run towards her a bit, and you hear soft whispers just above your ear, and you can see that her smile, playful quite it is filled with a little bit of mirth, and her eyes sparkle. She must be a magic user as well. She's full elf. She's actually a variety of elf you've not seen in this area for quite some time. She looks like she's a gold elf. Most of the ones that are around here are more of a gray elf variety. They're more thinkers than anything else within Bard's Gate.
So is this girl smart?
Gold elf, gold elves are more akin to those that have some sort of bloodline going into the ancient elven lineage, and they always accuse themselves of being the ones that are most longest lived or the ones that have the longest heredity. But this lady here, she seems to at least be smart enough in order to how to ensorcel wizard.
Okay,
And-
then I'm attracted there.
Okay.
I'm interested. I still have 25 will save, so I'm a little leery, but I'm interested.
she tells you
Intrigued.
she tells you a great many things, and as you advance towards her, and you can hear like questions: "What's your name? What do you like to do? How often are you able to come see me within the Elf Forest Kingdoms? I live among the glades myself, but I occasionally have to venture out for my own work." And she talks to you in just soothing tones, and it's kind of like got the anyway. She kind of has a strange playfulness about her.
Okay. I'm leery of people in general, but I'm somewhat intrigued. I'm not giving too much information. I'm giving some information, talking to her, not walking away, not trying to wake up. Seeing where this goes, I'm somewhat interested in this.
Okay. Well, the course of the conversation, as you get further into it, you notice that she helps you get undressed a little bit, and things get rather steamy to where, as a man, I don't need to talk to you about what happens.
Alvin,
It's a dream.
come here.
It's pleasant.
Come here, boy.
Okay,
And
so I need to get my robes dry cleaned.
that is the most definite. After you have a brief period of time of mirth, you wake up and it is the next day. You guys are downstairs.
So that will save. Did that?
You're pretty certain that if that was a will save, that even if it was a failure, it was rather pleasant. So that might be a failure. You wake up and you go to your desk and start stretching, preparing some leaves for morning, and look at your stack of belongings. Something looks a little bit odd, like somebody has been here.
Perception to see what's
There's
amiss.
most definitely somebody has been here.
19.
Nice roll of a 2.
Yeah.
This isn't good. You start going through your extradimensional spaces, and you believe
Roll there.
that
Okay.
your grimoire is amiss.
Oh shit.
Okay.
You believe that something has fucking happened.
Would a knowledge something do that? Or another perception check on or
Yeah,
spellcraft?
make another perception check to dig for it, look for it again.
34.
Okay, you've searched through your extra-dimensional bags. You've gone around the room. You're not picking up any magical auras that would identify your grimoire because of all the various knowledge that's written within it. You're not finding your spellbook. It's not in here. And it's not where you left it, which was in your bag.
Okay.
This is a problem.
Well,
But
I'm
you
not
can
going
tell-
adventuring, I'll tell you
You
that.
can tell that somebody has been here. You can tell that because you usually will set your crewmates down in an order like from top down. You take any headbands off first, then shirt, then rings, then whatever. Because sleeping with those things on, after a period of time, you start to have either fatigue will set in or some other such. And worst is like when you take something off in the middle of the night, like a ring. So you just found out it's easier to take your ring off and put it in a secure location, sometimes your bag of holding or what have you.
Okay.
But the spellcraft and knowledge arcane that you can tell is that when you reach your hand into an extra-dimensional space and call a certain item that should be there, it should, within a move action, be in your hand, and you pull your hand out, and there it is. Now, without magical protections and locks, it's easy enough for people to just waltz in and do that. The hotel staff, you don't suspect it was them because nobody has been inside, and your perception check of 34 will tell you that the rug is not disturbed from the door all the way across to the bed. So that makes you turn your head to the window. And whoever has been in here, use the window to unlock it from the outside to gain entry, and to quickly close the window behind them quietly, continues rummaging around and being ever careful. In fact, I'll even let you retroactively use a couple of perception checks while you were in the middle of your pleasant dream.
31.
You're not going to hear that while you're asleep, and especially while you've got somebody trying to message you long distance or some ancient memory of more pleasant times when you weren't a wizard, when you were merely just a bookbinder and learning how to properly assemble a grimoire and apprentice yourself as a wizard. And women you'd see and be like, when I get to be able to cast Fireball, I'm fucking you. I'm going to qualify my ability to have sex with you by my magical ability to have 5 magic missiles come off my hand at once.
Woo, fifth level.
And that's actually 9th level, but Fireball is 5th level. And then, to secure the relationship, you're going to be about 9th. And that's what you kind of thought, And
When I can disintegrate that chastity belt.
exactly. So, this heist, as your brain has classified this as, has got you worried. And somebody rummaging around the room typically
Well, that sucks.
will
I can't do any
provide-
spells. I
Yes.
can't locate object. I can't.
It's about 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
and you
Yeah.
see Corv come downstairs, and there's a
Was this
dwarf. Yeah, the dwarf apparently had a good night last night. He's got a young lady on his shoulder, and as he orders some morning mead with her, she is giggling a bit. You've never seen dwarves giggle, but this dwarven lady giggles. She also was talking very highly of last night. So Corv, being a barbarian, probably asked for that rage in the most crucial of times, that clinch moment. You haven't seen Maxos nor Talos. Now, Maxos would, within a day of you arriving back in town, he would have already touched base with you, but he might be in Tsar. Talos, on the other hand, came back with you. But you know that he went out to the guild 2 days ago, and he came back last night, probably about 2 from what the doorman says. Alduin, over here. So, you've not seen Talos, though. And it's 9 a.m. This is 2 hours well after his internal clock goes off and forces him to attend to his magical studies and then become ready for the day, because that's exactly what he does. He is a master at routine. The guy has precision. He wakes up at 6:30. He might stretch, do his exercises, or do other things. But then at about 7, you know that he's going to flop open his spell book. He's going to prepare himself for the next hour. He's doing magical incantations, preparing his mind to absorb all of what he has to.
Yeah.
And an hour later, he's not made himself available because at 8 a.m., usually the elf will come down and he will descend upon the fruit tray first, and then he'll go from there to the eggs, and then he'll go from there, and then he'll eat whatever breakfast food they have. But he has the same brain food
Elven wine.
every day.
Yeah.
Because elves can drink wine in the morning.
Drinking, what's the problem?
I'll grab my
My plate of food that I assume I've probably gotten.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm sitting down in the tavern portion.
Yes.
I grab my plate of food and I walk upstairs to his room and do a knock on the door. Who is it? Who do you think it is? Open up.
Shit. Open the door a little bit.
You good?
Got a
You're
problem.
usually down there before I am.
I got a little bit of a problem.
Don't need to
What'd you
hurry
do?
because I'm kind of.
Somebody stole my grimoire last night. They enchanted me with some dreams or something and took my book.
Well, fuck.
So if you want to kill me, now's the time to do it, because
Shit.
Alderman, stop.
What do I?
Baby boy.
Out of the way.
so good. Mmm.
Elder World Leader. Over here.
Delicious.
Now.
Mmm.
Come. Okay. Stop.
We should.
Stay.
I don't know who took it. They broke in apparently through the window,
Yeah.
took my stuff while I was having a pleasant dream.
Can I take just a quick perusal around the room?
Yeah, take a look, man. I can use some help here because I am.
Well, not that I'm very good at this, but let's see.
You can try.
Actually, not too bad. A 21.
You
Specifically checking around the window.
around the window where you look at the hardest, the one thing you find is that whoever it was, they were able to dismantle the lock from the outside.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And after they exited,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing you can see is that they left one of the screws loose on the edge of the windowsill,
Mm-hmm.
but everything looks like it's in place. He's accusing the fact that it had to be a window person, a door, not a doorman, but a rooftop runner.
The thief.
The rug was up against the door. The door, when it was open, would have pushed the rug back.
Yeah.
Most importantly is the fact that, like, usually his seven senses would kick off.
Yeah. I figured you'd have alarm going. Shit.
He was exhausted yesterday when he got back in.
That's true.
I got
I'm not making
into. I
excuses
figured I was
for it.
fine, man. I can't. I'm not thinking straight. You got to help me out here. I am.
Well,
My brain
it
is
looks
shot.
to me like they definitely came through the window. If you look closely, that screw is not as screwed down as it should be.
Oh yeah, I see that. Good
You actually
catch.
saw it earlier, but you didn't make note of it.
I didn't even pay attention to that. I didn't register. My brain is a
I
fluster.
guess we can go talk to some of the neighbors, see if they heard anything last night. I guess that'd be the first place to start. Then we can look for
I do.
another spellcaster to do locate object.
Yeah, I was gonna
for
say I
you.
do locate object, but I can't do anything right now. So I might have to go over to the guild and get.
Go over to the guild.
I don't want to have to rebuild my entire grimoire.
We could look
Months
for
later.
Paxos, but I haven't seen him this whole time we've been here. I don't think Kealoha can do it either.
I think if I ask somebody, I've got a couple people I think I can trust over at the guild that I could ask on the DL. I don't want to get out with my Grimoire was snagged.
Yeah.
I got a couple people I think I can trust on the DL
Well,
to
let's-
help me out.
Let's go ahead and talk to a couple of the neighbors. See if anybody happened to notice anything.
Just don't mention it was my book taken.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah, no,
we're
we're just looking for sounds if they saw anybody moving in this area.
all right. Sounds good.
So I'll go knock on the door next to his, to the right.
Okay. The lady that answers the door is a dwarven merchant, and she asks you, she's like, "May I help you, young Harefoot?"
Yeah, there was a little incident last night. I was just wondering if you had.
Indeed, there was.
Heard
Did you
anything?
hear the dwarf 4 doors down? I swear, it was your friend, Corv. I couldn't get any sleep because him and that whore were going to town, and they were making so much noise, I thought the dead were trying to raise themselves back.
You can leave that lid off.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't specifically mentioning
Yeah,
that
front door,
incident.
front door.
However, I am terribly sorry for that. I was mentioning another thing, just wondering if you had heard any, running over the rooftops, saw any figures.
Oh, the squirrels this morning were terrible. We heard them at 4 a.m. and they were starting off an hour before the sunrise. Them little woodland bastards. I don't see how the elves can handle all this wildlife. And those things are tasty. All you would need is a good magician, and you could enlarge one after you killed it, and you could have a meal for 5.
Did you happen to see any of these squirrels?
No, I did not.
Hmm.
I just heard them, the little pitter-patter of their feet, thundering across the shingle like the inconsiderate little pricks they are.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your time. I will flick her a gold piece.
Tell your friend Corv to keep a gag on hand next time he has her.
Will do.
He probably was using one.
Hey.
Y'all are terrifying.
I'm gonna go question the guy on the left now, and then once that's done, I'm probably gonna head across the street.
Okay.
Great pick, mother, get in. Yes.
That
So-
guy on the left.
And I might put out word if I've got a trusted associate at the guild that I think is not gonna spread rumor to maybe come help do a locate object. Anybody should be able to do that. It's like a level 2.
What's the range on locate object?
Oh, geez, breathing's good.
Might have to do a scribe,
Oh,
depending on how far away it is.
well, can't see with the range. You probably have to do
Mm.
You should probably just do stride.
Well,
400 feet plus 40 foot per level.
All right, go for scry. Look at scry.
Not that I know anything about that high level arcane magic. I'm a divine caster.
Oh, well, yeah, Karn doesn't know it.
Well, the thing is, you know these spells because of spellcraft. Of a
Well-
reasonable amount will tell you.
Yeah, but I don't in depth know how to work arcane magic because it's just way above my head. Or well, to the side of my head.
Yeah.
Range, see text.
Aw, CP boy.
You can locate a creature at any distance if the subject succeeds. Okay, so this isn't. If the subject's on another plane, it gets a +5 bonus to will save, but this isn't a creature, this is a
It
object.
has no will save.
So it has no
Maybe
will
we're
save
carrying
and
it.
Well,
range.
if
If
the spell
someone's carrying-
specifically targets creature, then we
It probably
can't
targets
target the book. We'd have to know who stole it and target them.
It's
I could target the
okay, item.
book.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, let's be
Confusion.
book to be targeted.
Yeah. Yes, I'm moving. What do you want?
Well, I know some spells are specifically like target creature, like Eldritch Blast. That's target creature. You can't hit objects with it.
You must have some sort of connection to a creature of which you have no knowledge. Well, I would have a good knowledge of this.
Yeah, you have good knowledge of this.
Possession or garment. Body part, lock of hair, bit of nail. Okay. So this would become possession or garment. Or would be body part. It's like a body part to me.
I was actually kind of looking for some blood to see if Hannah could use her nifty new spell.
Oh well.
You never
That's
thought of
like-
that.
if they're good. If they're good, they
It's
won't
not
need
good.
it.
If we're calling it just a possession, then it would have a -4
To the roll.
to will save modifier. I can find it within approximately 10 feet. If it moves, the sensor follows the speed of up to 150 feet. So yeah, Scry should be able to find it.
You does Scry go over the planes or no?
They get a plus if they're on a different plane.
If the subject is on another plane, it gets a +5 bonus to will save, but because it's a possession or garment, it gets a -4, which would really give it a +1 if it's on another plane.
Outland. Come here. Quit being a pest.
Search the heavens far and wide for this. Make a perception check.
19 plus 17.
36.
All right. Your book is in an astral plane.
Oh. Yes, it's coffee. No, you can-
Well, that was not what I was expecting.
Oh, he'll look at that. Your stomach is too sensitive for that. Sit there.
Did the guy on the left have any different information?
No.
The guy on the left didn't really hear a whole lot. He asks you if he could have you,
Your stomach is too sensitive.
you could talk to
We
his
know that.
brother,
But
because his brother is always talking about you out of the other members of the party, and you guys are somewhat small celebrities. Or actually, you're pretty big if you follow the adventuring politics of the
Yeah.
community. But they inform you that they've heard nothing, and then afterwards you go into your dissertation and your explanation of what you like to use and how you like to hack and attack people.
My favorite. I will, as non-threateningly as I can, pull my sword out so they can take a look at it. What? He likes me. He's a fan.
oh god.
I got fans.
Oh god.
That
I
aren't
don't like
women.
this idea.
That aren't clerics. All right. After a while of sitting and chatting with them, I'll excuse myself, toss them a gold piece each for their time, and head across the street from where his window is. to see if anybody over there knows.
Before you go into his room, ask him first. Make a diplomacy check.
I still have all my sites, even though my book's gone.
Yeah, because none of those are.
So I can still look for,
Terrible. 9.
for diplomacy.
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
that one's
My
plus
diplomacy
3.
is garbage, but my intimidate is where it's at.
Intimidate where it's at.
Yeah, so I got a garbage diplomacy.
Oh, wow, I had garbage diplomacy roll even worse than yours there. But if I get my headband,
Yeah.
then I'll be like at 817.
Maybe. Well, unfortunately, I'm not there.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right, hey. So
Yeah, it's close.
I found out, I called in a buddy of mine. I found out that my book is on another plane.
Well, maybe if we can see if anybody knows the person who took it, or the creature who took it, rather, we might be able to track them somehow and find a way to get to this animal.
Don't forget the bards were better than normal. The bards. Yeah, better than normal. Yeah, should not forget that. It's a little bit-
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, but typically a bard's not going to move quite.
Not the
that's
bard
stealthily.
stealing it, sweetheart. The bard working with someone to steal it. The dirt, the dirt.
That's a possibility.
That's a high possibility. They were better than normal.
So I'm assuming he doesn't let me in the room.
He's like, well, I don't need to let you in the room. I have to ask.
I am investigating an incident that happened to my group member, and I would like to peruse around. I'm not going to go through any of your belongings or anything. I just want to take a look at the angle of the room and
The windows are great.
what all you can see.
The windows are great.
I walk in, bluff. I'll cast fireball away. I can't. Give me a few days to rewrite my grimoire, and I'll cast fireball.
Ah,
Dude, writing spells down takes so much money. Holy shit.
An hour? What is it? An hour per level of
And 50
spell
gold each.
with a maximum of 8 hours per day.
Yeah.
So I could write one 8th level spell. Actually, I only have 7, so I could write a 7th and a 1st.
Well, it'd take you.
It would
8 hours to
it
do
would
it.
take me a week or 2 at least,
yeah, to do the whole book again.
just to get the ones that I really care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the other ones I lost. But
Okay.
I have access to all of them, though.
I pull out a little sack with 10 gold in it. I'm like, for the inconvenience.
He looks at it in a very Hebrewish maneuver. He takes it out of your hands very quickly.
And shuts the door.
He allows you entry.
That would be a bad idea.
I know.
Barn door, die!
Thunder.
Sunder.
There's gotta be a version of that song where it's under.
You have a door?
I keep talking about that, and I never look it up. I'm gonna look that up.
See that I use different words, so that's not a copyright strike.
Uh-huh.
The Weird Al can do it. He asked
Yeah,
for permission, but
Right.
the one time he didn't get it, nothing could be done to him.
Freaking Weird Al.
Hey, Weird Al was cool when I was a kid.
Is there a way to put a lock on bags of holding and such?
Is there? Spells, runes, words.
Spell locks.
Well, I don't want to use the spell every day. I'm looking for like a
If
permanent
you can
thing.
get a rune like inscribed into the bag
Yeah, runic magic might work.
and like have it be based on a command word or like a
Voice,
touch,
fingerprint, DNA opening.
drop of blood. Drop of blood's probably the safest way.
Yeah.
I would presume.
Somebody pricks my finger while I'm asleep. That might wake me up.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Even if I'm enchanted in a dream.
I would take a look at setting up the alarm spell.
They have
Well, let's take a look at my spell
they have a Game of Thrones tabletop game apparently. I don't know why that showed up when I was looking at the Thunder song to see if it exists, but they have it. Why does that exist?
Well, alarm is a first level
There's
spell.
a Game of
Yeah,
Thrones
and it
tabletop
can be cast
roleplay
as a
game.
ritual. Or at least in 5e it can.
I don't know what
Creates
it
a
is.
subtle
I'm
ward
white.
on an area you
I'm
select.
white.
I wish 5e was better written. It's a 5th edition,
I do
and
too.
it feels like it's a step back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Oh, that's what
But-
all the crazy
That's what
politics nonsense.
my other friends are
Yeah.
into playing, so I'm like, all right.
It's the new shiny and chrome game. I've discovered that there's tons of shiny chrome games out there that are brand new, but it's the one that has the most people playing, and if it deserves that, that's fine. But I don't appreciate WotC. I don't like WotC at all anymore. WotC used to have a great art department,
Yeah.
but now WotC's art department is headed up by a woman who thinks only blue-haired people that are on Pinterest should have artist renditions made of them and shoved in the PH. I'm expecting my first skinny dwarf and the first body positive
God,
elf
No.
to be in a 5.5 game,
No.
and I don't want to fucking see it.
No.
I don't like how they're trying to break all the convention rules. They're trying to redo, like, they're trying to put in the sexual or body dysmorphia shit where the people are like, I'm really a female, but he's like walking around in a 350-pound man outfit.
That makes no. I don't like that stuff.
Let that be for the groups that want to play that, not
Yeah.
for the core.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they shouldn't have.
Which I mean,
They should have
you
made
can,
like a separate small thing for that kind of stuff.
There's going to be a
Not
small group of
make it
people
big.
that want to do that, or guys that are just being silly. I'm a 350-pound woman, but I
Yeah,
claim
I
to
can see
be a
dudes
man.
totally doing that as like a joke, but there's totally probably a bunch of.
but I mean, like
crazy
it's a
psycho
role-playing
ladies
game.
who are
It's
feminazis.
meant
Yeah,
to
you're
build your
already
own world.
playing an RPG.
Yeah, you're
but
playing a world that exists already.
And the problem that I have, the biggest problem I have right now with
Story.
the big box stores is that they're saying that now our games are for inclusivity. Well, no, we've always had inclusivity in our games. I can remember myself and other GMs that were running second edition loved having people just sit down and play. We didn't really care if you were gay or lesbian.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't go into the fact of how it felt to be, pumped in the ass. We didn't go into all the
Yeah.
positive or negative things of that life. So we said, you want to play? Let's play.
Yeah, looking at them like as a person, not as.
And you know
whatever
what?
their freaking
And that's the way it
sexual
should be.
orientation
Let's
is.
just play. I don't need to hear the details of what you do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
cool. You do you. That's so fun.
You do you. Is
Sorry.
that you?
that's my chair.
Sounds like a cat over there crying.
Yeah. That might be why the dog was on.
He was over there leaning against my leg with one paw in the air.
No. Yeah, he's weird. Well, whenever he wants pets, he generally likes to be hugged because he's
Does
weird
the
like
Toon
himself.
Gold get me in?
Yeah, it does.
Of course it is.
He gives you all the work that you're wanting to have. He lets you in and lets you walk around and journey about the interior of his room. As he's counting his gold, you see that his wife looks at it and he gives her a piece and she bites it, and once she realizes it's actually gold, it's soft metal, she's very happy, and they are more than willing to let you look about. And
I'd buy them a week in the room.
not a week. This is the end of Six Candles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's the expensive one.
Couple days.
That's the
Yeah,
expensive
a couple
one.
days.
That's why I don't stay there. 'Cause that's what prices are.
I mean, not
It's
really.
overpriced. Kilo is good. Bye.
They-
Go
they-
stay at the other
they
one
t-
because other people can meet a heal there.
They take care of me. They respect my privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go there just because I can do what I need to and not have people looking over my shoulder or
What's the
knocking
other
on
one
the
called
door
again?
while I'm trying to study or.
Yeah.
Bruce, what's the other one called again? I'm totally spacing on the name.
There's a couple of them.
The one I go to a lot.
The Griffin.
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one. Okay, I totally forgot the name.
Alright.
There's two.
I'm gonna shut down the stream for just a second. I need to restart my PC. I know that's really inconvenient for you players or for you viewers, but let me go do that, and I will be right back.